Good morning. Today is Friday, the third day of Adar. I apologize that we didn't have the sound during the class, so we're recording it again. So, Alter Rebbe here, and we continue to chapter 27. And Alter Rebbe continues about the importance of being happy and not allowing sadness to interfere in your service of Hashem. And he's discussing different problems, different challenges that can lead to sadness. And yesterday we talked about the fact that people have some inappropriate thoughts entering their mind, and that leads them to be sad. They say, I'm trying so hard, trying to be good, working on myself, and I want to be a good person, and then all of a sudden there's always bad thoughts entering my mind. So yesterday we explained that the Rebbe said that should not lead you into sadness, just on the contrary. It should lead you to happiness. Why? Because if you have these thoughts, you have now an opportunity to fulfill a commandment, to fulfill a mitzvah. God instructed in the Torah that we should not go astray after our eyes, after our hearts. So the fact that we have these thoughts, that in itself is not a bad thing. We are human beings. Some people, tzaddikim, holy people, righteous people, people who are on a much higher level, there are very few of them around, they don't have those thoughts. But you know what? They don't have the mitzvah either. They don't have the opportunity to fulfill the mitzvah of overcoming our challenges on a daily basis, or maybe on an hourly basis. Constantly, there's things that we have, challenges. So therefore, says Alter Rebbe, this should bring us happiness and joy, knowing that Hashem gives us challenges, but in the same time also, He gives us the strength, the ability to overcome those challenges. Hashem does not give us anything that we cannot handle. Whatever Hashem gives us, He gives us the ability, and the contrary, it will make us even stronger. Now the Alter Rebbe goes to explain another point that says, if a person becomes sad for the fact that he has those thoughts entering his mind, this really comes from a place of arrogance. Why? Because he's arrogant enough to think and to expect that he's already reached the level of a tzaddik, which a tzaddik does not have such thoughts at all. So that's why he gets sad, he gets upset. Well, how come he has those thoughts? So who do you think you are? You're a person, you're a human being, you're a Beinani. You're just like everybody else, that God gave you these thoughts. So the thought in itself is not a sin. The thought that enters your mind, that is the way God created us. The question is, what do you do the second after? Our goal, what is our goal? Our goal is to be a Beinani. A Beinani means the intermediate person, that person who is in full control of his thoughts, speech, and action. And again, when we're speaking about being in control of his thought, we're talking about being in control not of the initial thought. That is beyond our control. To be in control of the second after. When the thought comes, to be able to push it away. To be able to change the thought with a positive thought. That's why it's important to have in our database a lot of positive thoughts. We should fill our head full with positive thoughts. Think of positive things. Think of the good things what Hashem did to you. Think words of Torah. It's an important thing also to memorize words of Torah, words of the Mishnah, words of the Tanya. So anytime a thought comes to your mind, right away, you change your thought. You think about something positive. Start thinking the words of Torah. Think of how to be better to your wife. Think of your children, how to improve their education and the closeness to them. There's so many thoughts that we can think. That's in our control. But to be sad because of the fact that bad thoughts enters our mind, this is the Alter Rebbe, that's arrogance. It comes from the fact that you think you're on a high level, and that's why you get upset, because you have those thoughts. So let's say inside, the way the Alter Rebbe explains this. Says the Alter Rebbe, Adar, on the contrary, sadness is due to conceit, arrogance. Because it doesn't realize his place, doesn't know his place. That is why he is distressed, because he has not attained the level of a tzaddik. Because tzaddikim, surely such thoughts do not occur. Tzaddikim don't have such thoughts. And he thinks that he's a tzaddik. That is why he gets upset. Because were he to recognize his place, that he's very far from the rank of a tzaddik, halavai, what does it mean halavai in English? I don't know. It's like a wish. Would it be a Beinani? That would be nice. We wish that it would be a Beinani, an intermediate person. As we explain, what is an intermediate? A person who is in full control of his garments of thought, speech, and action. So it would be nice, it would be good if it would be a Beinani, v'lo Rasha, not a weak, not a Rasha. Kol Yomov. All his days, afilu shoachas, not even a single moment. And surely this is the due measure of the Beinanim and their task. What is the measure? The message? What is the measure of the Beinanim? Is lichbay shayetza, to subdue the evil impulse, and to control the thought that rises from the heart to the mind. And to completely avert his mind from this thought. And to push it away with both hands, as explained earlier in chapter 12. So, what does it mean to push it away with two hands? We know it says the yamin, we have two hands. We have the right hand and the left hand. It's saying yamin doiche, usmoil yamin mekareves, usmoil doiche. The right hand brings close and the left hand pushes away. That means that there is always like, the carrot and the stick. One hand you give the carrot with the right hand, left hand is the stick. So when it comes something, when you need to make a decision, sometimes you have to have both. You have to try to consider it, to bring it closer, and then sometimes you realize, no, this thing you have to push away. Here says the Alter Rebbe, you have to push it away with both hands. If a bad thought comes to your mind, don't even bother considering it. Just push it away. And this is the powerful message Alter Rebbe gives us in today's shir. Knowing that who we are, it's important to know. It is something that what is our goal is to control our thought, speech, and action. But the fact that something bad thoughts come into our mind shouldn't bring us down. On the contrary, It should give us the happiness and joy that Hashem gives us another opportunity to fight the Yetzer Hara once again. And therefore, this gives us the ability to serve Hashem with simcha, with happiness and joy. What is interesting also is, although the Alter Rebbe says we shouldn't think that we are already in the level of the tzaddik, but nevertheless, the Rebbe explains that really every Jew does have, as the Alter Rebbe said it earlier also in the earlier chapters, that every Jew does have this godly soul deep inside him. And yes, the Yetzer Hara is still there, but the fact that he has the godly soul in him, the soul of a tzaddik deep in him, therefore he is able to overcome any challenge that comes across. So challenges we have, but we overcome the challenges knowing that we really have the strength, the power to overcome the challenges. And the way we do it with simcha. So, wishing you all a good Shabbos, and Bezrat Hashem will meet you on Sunday morning. And make sure to share this. Please have people to subscribe on the YouTube channel, to get the notifications, to get the message, all the shiurim, all the classes that we have. And also, if people want to join us live on Zoom every morning, 9, 10 a.m. All the best and good Shabbos.